At Amplify, we've eliminated all banking fees, so you can feel free to use your magic tap whenever you want. Thank you. No fees equals more good deeds. Amplify.
Hi, my name is Mindy Hofman, and welcome to the Women of Austin podcast. Today, we have the incredible Ann Hudson back with us.
I'm Ann Hudson. I'm from Austin, Texas, and I'm a radio and television personality. You know, I love this podcast because it brings attention to some awesome women in Austin, and I just think that's great. I love to celebrate women. I love seeing them paving the way, and it just makes me happy, and this is a cool platform for that.
And thank you so much for being here.
Oh my gosh, thanks for that intro.
Yes, of course. I mean, obviously.
Love you.
Well, I'm so excited you're back.
Yes.
So I had you on before,
Yeah.
and we talked about starting over, and then we did another episode about boundaries.
Yep.
And I learned so much from those conversations, and I just had such a good time that I wanted to get you one-on-one. So
Aw, I love that. Thanks, girl.
Yes. So I wanted to talk about something that I hadn't talked about, that we haven't talked about yet, that I think would be really interesting to get your perspective.
Yeah.
So since COVID's changed, like COVID's sort of around, but it's very different. And
Yes.
But things are back to the new normal. Would you say that's
I
right?
would say new normal. I definitely think I love it. People are getting out again, and I don't know, it almost feels like a thing of the past to me a lot.
Yeah.
But I do notice, things have definitely changed since then. People have learned to work remote. People have learned to just do things on a quicker or more of like an independent type basis. And I definitely feel that in our environment where, celebrities used to come into the radio station and perform and interview live and in person. And you had those intimate connections with them. Yeah. It's just too easy. It's like, let's Zoom. We'll do the interview on Zoom, or we'll do it on phone or whatever. So I've noticed a big shift, I think, since the pandemic, that it's just easier for people still to kind of work remotely and kind of have that flexibility also. Because, I know for me, I like to get in the radio station and do things, even though I still have my studio and my setup in my home. Yeah. And you can make that stuff happen. But so, yeah, I feel like it's a little different.
That's interesting. It's not as I like sitting here next to you. Like, yes. I get energized by this, and I love the vibe.
Me too.
But it's also nice to be able to have a Zoom call where you're wearing your sweatpants or whatever.
Yes. Oh, and I know, and it's also really cool too, because it is seamless. I know I was doing a TV thing here in Austin. It's right when the freeze happened, so people couldn't get out and drive around.
Yes.
And so I was like, I guess our, TV stuff is going to be canceled. And they were like, nope, let's hop on Zoom. We got it. We're doing it. So it's also neat that people have that flexibility, that you can still make stuff happen even when you can't get in or drive on the roads, or if there's a pandemic. So, yeah.
So you said you have a studio in your house. Did you have that before?
When COVID happened, that got built in my home.
Okay.
They came and built so that I could do the show from my house, because I host several radio stations in Austin, radio shows in Austin and around the country through iHeartRadio.
Yeah.
So it was great. Doing commercials or interviews or anything of the sort. It's just really easily accessible. I don't have to make a trip to the studio if I don't want to, or if, nothing's going on that day where I can do it from home. It's still very easy and convenient to do that.
That's great. That's really nice.
Yeah. I like it.
If you have a sick kid or something,
yes.
or so much more flexibility.
Yeah. Or if I want to go on a vacation.
Oh, that's right.
Maybe get out of Austin for the hot months of August or September. Just pack it up and let's go. They make it, it's really easy for that.
Oh, that's a big, yeah. I do the voiceover for the ads that we run on the show.
Yeah.
And I used to just do it in my closet, and then I moved, and I don't have the same kind of closet. So,
oh, girl, throw a sheet up, blanket, you're good to go.
I put a comforter over my head last time.
I can help you with a pieced together closet studio situation. You figured out you make it happen.
I'll send you some pictures.
Yes.
And
I gotcha. I got you. That's easy.
That's so fun. That's so fun.
Just hide under a blanket. It's literally that easy. You could have your mic right here and just.
That's what I did for. Okay, good. So
yes, learning things new today.
Yes. Yes.
Whip production.
No, so what about travel? Have you been, because you host things.
Yes.
How does that work? Are you still traveling the same?
I mean,
or?
I have not had to travel as much. I mean, it's still good. It's great if we do, but yeah, things are, right. We can, and we can make it happen, but there just hasn't been as much of a need for it, just again, because things get remote in just to save money. I think across businesses everywhere, especially with this recession happening right now, people are tightening it up and just making things happen remotely. And I think it's a matter of getting creative with that. Instead of just doing the old, like when we first started, you're doing Zooms. Now it might be taking a video and editing it in a cool way and putting it together where it still works and it's still entertaining, just in a different way.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, what about for your friends and your personal life? Like, has that changed from what it was before? Are you guys back to like getting together, big parties?
I think we're back together, getting better, traveling more, going on vacations more. I think it's really taught us all to enjoy being able to do things now that you can and do. Yeah. And so, no, it's been great. We've been definitely doing that. I just took a big trip to the Bahamas, like an impromptu trip with my girlfriends. And that was so good. It was great. And that was like one of the first girls trips I've had since COVID. And I realized I needed it. When I was there, I was like, wow, I needed this way more than I thought I did.
Amazing.
So yes, take time for yourself. People need to do that. I don't do that enough.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. So now I was thinking about self-care and things like that.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about Pilates earlier.
Yes. Ballet Austin Pilates is the best. Velada girl, if you're watching, she's the best.
The best.
She's amazing.
Yes. Okay. We got to go check it out.
Yeah.
Yes.
She'll be like, up, up, up. You just hear her ringing because part of Pilates is getting your body lifted and long. Yeah. And she's just always through the class, up, up, up. So I'm driving down the road and I'm like, up, up, up. Stand up straight.
So Pilates, and okay, now we know where to go.
Yes.
And then, so that's exercise.
Right.
And what else, like, when you think about self-care, what else do you think about? Like, I know that could look like exercise, eating well, but like what else? Like,
I mean, I think it's important to always have a mental check-in with yourself to see how you're doing, engage that and go with what feels right. If you need a day to just stay in your bed and be lazy, that's fine. Forget about working out, embrace that, lean into it. Yeah. Take that day in your bed to just have a mental day or a break. And I think not beating yourself up over those things.
That's the problem.
Is really important.
Yeah.
Don't. I mean, there's been times where my instinct is like, oh, I feel so lazy today. I just do not want to function. Yeah. But then it's okay. It's 100% okay to have a day in bed and feel bad and just not put on makeup and don't brush your hair. It's cool. Yeah. I mean, you don't want to swim around in that too long. You don't want to get so comfortable in that space that you start to recluse and not function. But I think it's 100% fine to have those days and to not feel guilty about it. Because if you're having a day in bed and you're spending that time feeling guilty about it, then it's defeating the purpose. Yeah. So just embrace that it's okay to have that moment and those days.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're rested and recharged. And well, that's the thing too, that I always try to remember about self-care is that, you take care of yourself and then you can take care of the other people that need 100%. You.
Yes. And you have to remember to be kind. I will say we're talking about coming back out of COVID. I've noticed that and I don't know if it's a bunch of new people that are from North that don't understand like the Southern hospitality. But I mean, I just notice like people a lot more grumpy out and around. Oh. Do you feel that vibe or not as much? I don't know.
I haven't noticed it, but I haven't noticed like a swing either way. Yeah. So, but now I'll pay attention.
I don't know. I just I'll be walking down the neighborhood or Town Lake and where it used to feel like, hey, and people having interaction with eye contact or even body engagement. Yeah. It just seems people are a lot more to themselves, which nothing bad, but I think it's fine also to look up and, reconnect in that way.
Oh, there's a bodega that I go to or a gas station. And I love the guys. They make me so happy. They're right by my house. I see them all the time. They're like, if you ever need anything special ordered, but just going in there and their vibe and their energy. And then whoever's checking out in front of me or behind me,
it makes a difference.
Yeah.
It just really makes a difference.
Yeah. And then I'll go to wherever the other ones, and when you don't get the same experience,
Yeah.
it's like, aw.
Well, I think it's just all of us challenge. We all kind of got in a funk of being, to ourselves. We were all like locked up for so long. So it sounds bad, but it feels that way. And so I just still think it's important to try to connect. And I mean, I have to tell myself that too, because I got in a habit of that too. And I'm usually really outgoing and and I do, and I still feel that, but I definitely had to push myself out of it, at first.
Yeah.
To get back to where I was.
Now, was it hard for you to pack your schedule again? Because I imagine that, you stop it now. I'm sure you're getting asked to host things.
Things have
work,
definitely picked up.
Things and so
100%.
Are you easing into it, or did you just jump back in?
I mean, it almost felt like overnight. It's been about a year and a half, I think, that I've had a lot of different engagements, people wanting me to host events and stuff. And so I love it. I think it's great. Honestly, I've missed it. So I've really embraced it and been excited to do it. Mm-hmm. And so it hasn't been that big of a situation. It's good.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. We had an event recently, and it was for our new nonprofit, shout out Women of Austin Foundation.
Yes.
But I just remember it was I hosted it, and I had Ashley Copeland with me, and she was we were both doing it, and I got home that night. It was so wonderful and amazing, but I was so exhausted.
Yes.
It took so much out of me. The next day I couldn't get out of bed, and I was just done.
I know. Well, because especially when you're around a bunch of people and you haven't, it is a mental job. Like you're having to focus on being engaged when you haven't had to do that. So it's retraining ourselves and our brains to be able to engage and focus again. I get it.
Gosh.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. It's
100%.
crazy. I was very surprised.
Right.
I was like,
who knew we could change that much?
Yeah, I'm just standing around and talking to people about something but
I know. It's true. It's a real thing. It is a real thing for sure.
Well, I also too was so busy. I forgot to take care of myself during. So I didn't eat, or, I had whatever I picked up that I ran by. But then all of a sudden I was like, oh my gosh, it's been 3 hours.
You haven't eaten anything. You've been on the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to take care of yourself, girl.
I know.
But that's okay. At least you took the next day to relax.
Yes.
I tend to do that before. When I know I have a big event coming up, I tend to do it the opposite. Before the event, there's something mentally about me where I just rest an extra amount of time.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll feel a little guilty about it. But then my husband will always remind me, he's like, oh, it's because you have to be on for an extended amount of time and this. And I'm like, that's true. And then after the event, I have this high from it because I love it because it reminds me of how much I love being with people and communicating and interacting. So
I like the idea of resting before. That is definitely
prepare for it.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And then you can be present and not worry about it. Yeah. Yes. Oh, my shoes, my feet hurt so bad by the end of the night. Okay, you're going to these events, you're doing these things. Tips.
Well, tennis shoes are in style now.
Yeah,
it's all about the comfort. It took me a minute because I was seeing, all the girls going to homecoming and prom and stuff, they're wearing these formal dresses with tennis shoes. And at first I was like, I'm not sure how I feel about that, but I'm all about it now. Wear those tennis shoes with your fancy dress. It's totally fine. I mean, I love it, but a good wedge will take care of that.
That's
always
true.
have a good solid wedge in your closet. A nude one that'll go with everything, just something neutral. And because wedges are clearly more easier to walk
Feel
around
better.
in. And if you want that height and that muscle in your leg when you're wearing a dress.
Yeah. I did miss dressing up. It's so much fun.
I know.
It's so
you get to
much
do all the time though. You're doing all these fun podcasts.
I know. Yay. Yay. Well, okay. So speaking of dressing up, your shirt, right?
Yes. My friend opened a boutique, and so I love wearing her clothes. It's fantastic. Yeah.
Yes. So pretty. She has a link I can put. Right?
She does. If you go to thecollectiveatx.com, there's links to it there.
Great.
She also owns an awesome salon on Lamar.
I will put it
The Collective
in
ATX.
the description. Yes.
Yes.
Responsible for this.
I love it. Your hair. I know.
Yes.
Gorgeous.
Yes.
Tiffany, our girl. She's the best.
Shout out to Tiffany.
Yeah, she is.
Introducing the new Women of Austin community. You asked, we answered. We have created a special online community where we can stay connected between events without the distractions of your typical social media platforms. You'll find exclusive content, in-person member-only events, discounts from local businesses, and so much more. Become a founding member today at womenofaustincommunity.com. Women of Austin would like to thank our community sponsors. Hot Works Austin Lakeline at Anderson Mill Road and FM 620. Dave's Ultimate Automotive. Visit davesultimateautomotive.com and become a part of the Dave's family today. Magic Robot, magicrobot.com. Elite Marquee and Events at Elite Marquee Austin. Hi, my name is Mindy Hofman, and I'm the founder of Women of Austin. Thank you so much for joining us. I've been looking forward to today's episode for quite some time now because, as you might remember, Anne has been on the show before, and not only did we have the best time, but a lot of the things that she said stuck with me. So I wanted to get her back one-on-one so we could get into it even more. Do you prefer to work at home or hybrid?
I like the hybrid model.
Yeah.
I really do. I love to get to go in when there is stuff going on and it makes sense. And then I love just getting my kids off to school and going upstairs. Sometimes I'm doing the show from my robe.
Yeah.
and it's fine. And I think it's fine. It feels great. But then it also feels good to get dressed and go out. I really like the balance of doing both, honestly.
Yeah.
So I'm doing both tomorrow. I'll be in the studio tomorrow. It's just fun. It kind of changes it up.
Yeah.
Makes it different, not so normal.
Yeah.
Do what you want. It's good. I love it.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first time we met, it was in the studio.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was in the studio all the time. I lived up there. Wow. And I truthfully feel like I get more done from home, Like it's great.
That's interesting.
Because at the time, especially with Austin traffic.
Oh, yeah.
It would take like an hour there and back. So I'm utilizing that time to really do interviews, commercials, like meetings, all the things from there. So it's good.
Well, then you're fresh.
Yeah.
When you're ready, because you haven't been in the car for an hour.
Right.
Okay.
It works good.
Yes.
Like
I see that. I
Yep.
like that.
It
I
is.
like that.
It's good.
So anything that you're looking forward to coming up?
There is so much going on as people are honking everything downtown Austin.
Rude.
No, I love it. We have our music festivals coming up. I think it's the iHeart Country Festival is happening at Moody Center, and this is the 10th year that show has gone on. It's really where we just bring the country radio stations to life, and it's just always a really fun, exciting thing because the artists get up there and play like 3 or 4 of their biggest hits, and then boom, the stage switches, and it's a whole nother artist. So that is an event that I always look forward to hosting and or just like being a part of. Yeah. And Luke Bryan's going to be in town, Sam Hunt, Elle King. The lineup's crazy. Carly Pierce. It's a lot of fun. So that's happening.
Yeah.
It's exciting that the CMT Awards are coming to Austin.
Oh, that's right.
For the first time.
Yeah.
That's also
Where
happening.
Are they gonna be?
Actually, probably by the time this airs, it's probably already passed. But
well, they were here.
You probably already went and saw it. It's over with now. But it's just cool. I love that Austin, as it always has embraced, but now with the new Moody Center, we've got tons of artists coming in, big shows. Garth Brooks was here recently. He's doing the Andy Roddick Foundation thing. So there's just a lot of exciting things happening in the city. And I just love that I have a front row seat to that. I'm here to take part in all of it.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's good, especially because I love music so much.
So are you into country? Is that your
I love
jam?
both.
Or?
I mean, I am a part, I'm on Kiss FM, also 96.7 Kiss FM. And so I really get to embrace both genres of music.
Yeah.
And I really love both of them for a bunch of different things. Country artists, it's more family, love, like people that love country music and love the artist.
Yes.
But I also love the fast pace of the Kiss FM type music and station and genre music. So, that's really interesting for me too. And we're seeing a lot of like the old hit songs being the new hit songs.
Yeah.
Which is really cool to watch. Like Lady Gaga's song was in the Netflix show Wednesday, and it has had a huge like rebirth,
Yeah.
And I love seeing stuff like that. Music is just taking on new outlets and new shapes with TikTok and things of that nature. So I love that part of it too.
Yeah.
Getting to bring up some old songs that are kind of new again.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. Are you on TikTok a lot?
I am. I mean, yes, I love TikTok.
Yeah. I'm still trying to figure it out. I feel so old.
Hate that I love it.
Okay, yeah.
But do you watch it? Do you get sucked into the TikTok black hole?
No. So like I get sent them, but I don't like
Get in?
because I've been warned.
Yeah, stay warned, and I don't know. I mean, if they're going to end up banning it or what, I know that's a bunch of discussion happening right now. And I mean, there's a lot of debate on that. Are they banning it because they're worried that, China's stealing our information, or are they banning it because political years are coming up and they're worried that that's going to be a situation? Who knows? I don't get involved in all that, but I do know I get entertained by TikTok.
Yeah, and
it takes up way too much of my time sometimes. I had to set my own limits.
I watch the videos that are sent to me, and then that's it. And
Yeah,
okay, put
good,
it away.
Smart, because it can be a black hole.
Yeah, my friends that send them to me all hours of the night, all the time, and I'm like, how are they always finding these? Yeah.
But you learn a lot of cool tricks.
For coffee.
You also can learn a lot on TikTok. I've learned a ton on TikTok, and I'm just, I don't know. Like an easy way to fill my fridge with my Waterloo waters.
Oh, yeah.
Open one end, stick the box in the fridge, open the other end, hold your hand there, and just pull the box out. Boom.
Oh my God, stop
Perfect.
it.
I swear, it's the greatest thing ever. Thank you, TikTok.
Thank you, Ann Hudson. Thank you, TikTok.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
You can learn some nifty,
That's
cool
amazing.
tricks, I used to sit there forever, can after can. Now I'm like, done. And it looks perfect.
I eat my Cheetos with chopsticks now because of TikTok.
Do you?
Because you don't get your hands dirty.
But the best part is licking your fingers after.
See, yeah, no. Well, it's not for everyone then.
No, it's true. God, I couldn't be patient enough for chopsticks and Cheetos, but that's fine.
I'm worried about the TikTok rabbit hole for me now. I'm like, what else can I learn?
No, that's good. That sounds like a very zen way of eating. I like it. It's like yoga. Me and yoga don't get along because it's too slow paced for me. Chopsticks and Cheetos, too slow paced.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I just got the sign from Aunt. We are
wrapping up. I love it. Well, thanks for having me on, as always.
So glad that you came, and this was so much fun. And anything you'd like to say before we...
I just love it. I love you bringing attention to a lot of these great women in Austin. I think that is such a big deal, and this is a great platform for it. So thank you for doing that.
Thanks for being on again. Your third episode, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much. If you'd like to follow Ann or know more about all the things that we've got going on at Women of Austin, be sure to check out the links in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Thanks so much for joining us today on the Women of Austin podcast. A new episode premieres twice a month right here on the Women of Austin channel. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notifications bell so you never miss an episode. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at women_of_Austin. My name is Mindy Hofman. I hope you'll join us for our next episode of the Women of Austin podcast.